So lucky it cut out right when I was gonna play the song. So yeah, we're reading about the saints being crowned, the prophets, and
Come on, folks, everybody sing. Now when the saints go marching in, now when the saints go marching in, yes, I want to be in that number. Now when the saints go marching in, sing it again. Now when the saints marching in.
And that's what we pray. We pray that we're in that number, man. So, you know, to be in that number. Oh, when the saints go marching in. All right. So yeah. Anyway, that was the spirit. It's your pa actually. You know, I read the verse and you know want to hear the song. But this is it, man. So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of Yahweh. Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Lord thy God thou hast seen. Right. So, you know, I went on a little tangent there with the saints, but that's what it is, all right? We're the ones who stand stiffly for the name. And like I read here in Ecclesiastes 36 and 15, it says, Give testimony. That's what I'm going to call the lesson when the saints go marching in. Verse 15, Give testimony unto those that thou hast possessed from the beginning and raised up prophets that have been in thy name, right? Reward them that wait for thee, and let thy prophets be found faithful. And that's a Yapa verse, man. That's beautiful. Let the prophets be found faithful. This is what we pray for, man. This is why we do the work. That Yahweh Bashem Yahushai finds us faithful, right? It says, O Yahweh, hear the prayer of thy servants, according to the blessing of Aaron over thy people, that all they which dwell upon the earth may know that thou art Yahweh, the eternal power. The belly devoureth all meats, yet one meat is better than another, right? And you can compare this to the doctrines, right? Yeah, you can be in any fucking religion or doctrine or philosophy, but there's one doctrine that's better than all the others, and that's this truth, this knowledge. And who's gonna receive this truth and this best meat, if so to speak, before everybody? It's gonna be his saints. It's gonna be his prophets. You know. Verse 19. As the palate tasted diverse kinds of venison, so doth an heart of understanding false speeches. Right. So your palate is like your taste buds. That's what it's going into. Let me actually look it up. See, I like when I have time to sit here and look up the words. And yeah, here's the definition of palate. Let me see where I'm at. Verse 19. Yeah, so it says, as a palate tasted diverse kinds of venison, so doth an heart of understanding false speeches. Right. So when you go to that word palate, it's the roof of the mouth. You know, that's what it is, the roof of your mouth. So your taste buds, similar. That's your taste buds. So your taste buds can determine whether you like certain meats. And this is what's comparing it. Like, just the heart of understanding can understand these false speeches or false doctrines. That's why we have that one meat that's better than all the other meats. This is a metaphor. The meat is representing doctrines and philosophies or religions. But guess what? If you have that palate, the elect have that palate that's able to detect the false speeches, right? The heathen in the 2/3, they don't have that palate. They don't have a spirit of discernment, which that word discernment means recognize. They can't recognize lies and truth. They don't know the difference. They fall for lies, right? They believe lies. Verse 20, a froward heart causeth heaviness, but a man of experience will recompense him. Right, so that word froward means disobedient. So you say a disobedient mind causeth heaviness, right? If you're constantly, breaking the law of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and you're an Israelite, man, you're going to be destroyed. The Lord's going to bring you to a spirit of torment, a spirit of depression, a spirit of defeat, you see. But it's the opposite for the man of experience, and what you have to have experience in this knowledge and this truth. That's why we give double honors to our elders, because they're men of experience, you see. Verse 21. A woman will receive every man, yet is one daughter better than another. And that speaks for itself. That verse breaks itself down. You ain't got to break it down. Verse 22. The beauty of a woman cheereth the countenance, and the man loveth nothing better. Right. And that also explains itself. It breaks itself down. If there be kindness, meekness, and comfort in her tongue, then is not her husband like other men. So, yes, a man who has a meek wife, a submissive wife. And remember, I went into that word meek and submissive the other day, and it went into, talked about the horses, where they would submit, they would be submissive. The horses were submissive, meaning they were powerful, but yet they were willing to submit. So they were, they were meek. That's the definition of meek, when you're powerful, but you're still submissive. And that's a beautiful trait and characteristic if a woman is able to have that characteristic, right? And we're going to have that in the kingdom. Our women are going to be beyond beautiful, and they're going to be meek. They're going to have all that power and that glory, because they're going to be fine as hell, but they're not going to abuse that power like these fine women in these days. They use their looks to basically, they abuse their power. They go out there being hoes, take advantage of different men, cause all kind of madness. They have no shame, and so they're not meek, because they abuse that beauty that the Lord's given them in the flesh, which that's all temporal. So, the meek woman, though, she's going to be that beautiful woman with she's got all that power and that strength, but at the same time, she's submissive to her husband and submissive to this truth. The men, we're likened as virgins, and it's because we weren't defiled by all these fake religions. So that's why we're likened unto virgins. And I just bring that up because towards the end of this chapter here, it kind of changes up a little bit, goes in on the women a little bit. So we'll just finish it off. 23. If there be kindness, meekness, and comfort in her tongue, then is not her husband like other men. So yeah, that's a husband who has a wife like that is blessed beyond measure, especially in this society, man. If you're able to find one of that, that's what you would call a unicorn in these days. Someone who's like literally like, it's hard to find, almost impossible, right? Verse 24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest, right? So with women, they're supposed to be a pillar of rest for us. Like she's supposed to be able to comfort you when you get home. She's supposed to be able to, make you feel better. You whatever it is the troubles you've been through, we're going through the fire all day long. And if you have a wife, a righteous woman, you come home, she's supposed to be a pillar of rest for you, of a help. You know what I mean? Like in this day and age, the women are in the workforce, so this day and age, she's gonna be meek. I mean, she ain't gonna be a hoe just because she's out there in the workplace. Because in the kingdom, the women ain't gonna be in the work. They ain't gonna be working. Is that when the women here in Babylon, they go out in the workplace and they end up having adulterous affairs because they're right next to other men who are taking advantage of their weaknesses. So this is out of order. This whole place is out of order. When in the kingdom, all the wives you have, they ain't gonna be exposed to all these different men and all these wicked ass niggas and spicks and heathen trying to hit on them and shit like that. That ain't gonna be happening, right? These women are gonna be at home taking care of the children, and they're gonna be happy to do that. Because why? Because they're gonna be in their right mindset, and they're gonna be a pillar of rest. You get home, or you decide to go visit one of your wives, she's gonna be happy to see you, man. She's gonna have your favorite dish made, maybe your favorite dessert, She's going to be there to please you. She's a possession, it tells you. A possession is a belonging, right? These women, they get offended in Babylon if you say that they're a possession. They look at you like you're some kind of asshole. Because why? They're Babylonian women. But in the kingdom, they're going to be happy to be called a possession. They're going to be so glad that they are your possession. It'll be totally different, brothers. This is why we don't hang on to this place, man. We know what's coming, We know the prophecies. Why would you want to hang on to like this place when we know what we're coming into? It don't make sense if you want to hang on to this place when you understand the truth. That's why it tells you in John 8:38, or is it 8:32? And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free, right? These people that don't know the truth, they're not free, man. The men who are, of the saints, we're free because we know the truth. We know the prophecies. We know what we're coming into. We know this place is temporal. And we know we're in the last days because all the signs are here like Yahushua said they would be. So let's get Ecclesiastes. I'm almost done here. Ecclesiastes 36 and verse 25. Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled, and he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning. Right, and that's how men are, because naturally men, they want a wife, right? They want a beautiful, fine wife that they can love up on, you can be with. And if you don't have that, it's a mournful thing. People are weak too. That men, they'll see other men with a woman, and then they'll start mourning for themselves, like, oh man, why does he have that and I don't have it, right? And that's no spirit to be in. Especially if you're of the elect, if you're in the number of the saints, we know what it is. It's easy to be in the flesh and look at someone else's situation and be like, man, I wish I had that. But when you're in the truth, like I just read, the truth shall make you free. If you're in that number, if you're one of the saints, then you don't need to worry about that. And Apostle Gabar, he's always saying this. He's saying, brothers, if you don't have a wife, don't even trip, man. You're going to have more than your share very soon in the kingdom. Don't worry about not having a woman. And that's the spirit we should be in. Yes, it's good when you have a woman, or the Lord sends you a nice piece of ass or whatever it is, right? That's always nice. But we don't sit here and go into a depression or envious or jealous or feeling like we're not worthy. No, man, we move with wisdom. Because the wisdom is we know the prophecies. So just hang tight and know that, hey, we're going to have all that and more. Verse 26. Who will trust a thief well appointed that skippeth from city to city? So who will believe a man that hath no house and lodgeth wherever wherever soever the night taketh him. Right. So basically, just saying a man who's that doesn't have a established, he's not established. You don't trust these. Like if you're driving downtown and you just see some dude, you know, whether it's homeless man or just some random dude, men are not to be trusted. You know, men don't trust men. Women don't trust men in those situations, right? Just going into that, but I hope the lesson was edifying. You know, I love the fact that I had time to go in on this lesson and look up the words, and it's always nice when you have time to just really take your time on a lesson. So I'm gonna Thawada Yahweh, but I'm gonna go ahead and close out. I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor, all the love unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakak Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akim who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom to the elect.